Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where Victor Gyokeres was finally confirmed as an Arsenal player yesterday. He got the "here we go" from Fabrizio Romano after David Ornstein, who's been all over this story, broke the news. As I've said before, a really good signing for Arsenal. I think he will be a really, really good fit and will really support our attack going forward. And if you want to sort of hear more on those thoughts, you can sort of see the linked video in this video. But I do want to talk about what next for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta spoke about the need for more players because he felt the squad was a little thin when he did his press conference the other day. Now, I don't agree that the squad is thin, actually. I think there are numbers there, but what I think he meant by that was that Arsenal will need to trim the squad, as I've spoken about before on this channel, that Arsenal will need to get on with selling some players like Zinchenko, if they can, or Fabio Vieira, Sambi Lokonga, those sort of players, moving them on, which will who won't really play a part in the first team squad going forward, and that will probably leave space for one more attacking player to come in. Arsenal reportedly have the money to do so. So, my fear has always been that Madueke could they have got a different option with Madueke and use that money for someone different. It doesn't look like Arsenal in that situation right now for adding that extra attacker. Arsenal highly linked with Eberiche Eze, the Crystal Palace midfielder. Xavi Simons also linked, but it looks like that deal looks more likely to happen to Chelsea. I think another player of Eze's sort of billing would be really, really good, and probably the priority over a player like Rodrigo for me. Rodrigo, a dream signing, but he is predominantly a wide player. Eze, I think the fact that he is that unpredictable player that can play many different positions is probably the dream from my perspective, signing. And I think that would be wonderful to see. But we are hearing, though, that Arsenal might be in the market for a second attacking addition. The money would be there to do that extra additional signing, but it would be dependent on a current player in the first team squad going out. That would presumably be Trossard or Martinelli. And if one of those were to leave, Arsenal reportedly could be looking for a second player to come in. A departure of either of those two apparently wouldn't make it financially impossible for Arsenal to add a second player. I would love a scenario where ideally Trossard, but probably more likely Martinelli were to leave and Rodrigo were to come in. Rodrigo will be a difficult signing. I think he will probably leave Real Madrid this summer, but there's going to be a lot of competition for him. Bayern Munich potentially interested if they don't get Diaz. Liverpool interested if they can move on Diaz. City also interested. And, potentially ourselves in a scenario where we leave someone. But we will see what happens.